Hey guys, welcome to this week's Thursday 3, where we spend just 3 minutes on Thursdays looking at how to glorify God. Have you built your house to stand, or have you built your house to fall? In Matthew 7, Jesus told a parable starting in verse 24 about two different men. One man who built his house on the rock, and another man who built his house on the sand. See, the man who built his house on the rock is described as the wise man. And this man understood that he couldn't rely on his own understanding or on his own knowledge or wisdom. He understood that only from the Word of God, only from God Himself, from the principles that he understood from God, could he provide a house, could he build a life that would stand throughout any kind of storm. But you see, the foolish man didn't understand that. He thought, I can do life my own way. I can build without any kind of instruction from the Lord. I can build up my house, my life, in my way, in my understanding. See, sometimes I feel like that's us. Sometimes I feel like we leave God out of the picture. We're too busy building our lives, building our own desires, trying to do things our own way, and we forget that God is the ultimate source of knowledge, the ultimate source of wisdom. And that if we do everything to please Him, if we seek Him and His approval, our life is complete. See, we all have a purpose in life, and that is to please Him and to obey Him and to use our talents to glorify Him. But you see, it's not just a story about two men who built their houses on different foundations. But you see, both men endured a storm. Both men experienced some sort of catastrophe or some sort of potential catastrophe. See, the foolish man wasn't prepared because he had built his house in his own way on an unsolid foundation, on a weak foundation. When the storm came, he wasn't ready for it, and he fell. He failed the test. But the wise man, when the storms of life came and he endured difficult times, a trial or a temptation or what have you, he was fully prepared because he had a strong foundation in the Lord, and he was ready for whatever life threw at him because he had trusted in God. See, it's about whether or not we're prepared in life with our strong foundation and then how we react to the storms of life. The parable is much more than just making sure you have a right foundation, but it's also telling us to expect storms, to expect things in life to not go our way, and whether or not we're going to rely on God for strength and for guidance, or if we're going to rely on ourselves for strength and guidance. Hopefully, you've chosen the first. Hopefully, you've chosen to build your house on a solid foundation. So let me ask you again. Have you built your house to stand or to fall? This has been your Thursday 3. We'll see you guys next week.